What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Cat Tales. I have got some absolutely mind-melting Reddit stories for you today while I am mining some shit, lads. So I was deep diving into relationship advice and legal advice subreddits this morning, and Jesus Christ, some of you are living in absolute chaos. But hey, these stories are going to make you feel like your life is a peaceful paradise compared to these disasters. We have got 3 completely bonkers stories today, and honestly, I am starting to think some people just wake up and choose violence every single day. Alright, buckle up, because story 1 is about to shatter your faith in humanity. Story 1. Okay, so this post is titled, "My husband has been drugging me for 2 years and I just found out why." And this comes from a 31-year-old woman. Get ready, because this is absolutely horrifying. She starts, "For the past 2 years, I have been feeling constantly exhausted, foggy, and gaining weight rapidly. I went to multiple doctors who could not figure out what was wrong with me. So far, this sounds like normal health issues, right? Sometimes medical problems are hard to diagnose." She continues, "My husband Mark has been super supportive through everything. He would make me special smoothies every morning to help with my energy levels. Supportive husband. Making smoothies. That sounds sweet and caring, but wait for it. Last week I was cleaning out our pantry and found a hidden stash of sleeping pills, anxiety medication, and something called Risperdal behind the cereal boxes. Hidden medication? Why would someone hide pills in the pantry? This is getting really suspicious really fast. I confronted Mark about it and he completely broke down. He admitted he has been crushing up these medications and putting them in my morning smoothies every single day for 2 years. He has been drugging her for 2 years with her morning smoothies. This woman has been unknowingly consuming psychiatric medication every day. But here is where it gets absolutely insane. Mark said he did it because I was getting too confident and independent. He wanted to keep me dependent on him and make sure I would never leave. He wanted to keep her dependent. This man has been systematically drugging his wife to control her personality and independence. That is straight up psychological warfare." She goes on, "The Risperdal explains why I gained 60 pounds and felt constantly sedated. The sleeping pills made me exhausted all the time. The anxiety meds made me feel helpless and scared of everything. 60 pounds. He completely altered her body chemistry and mental state without her knowledge. This is like something out of a horror movie. When I threatened to call the police, Mark started crying and saying he only did it because he loves me so much and was terrified of losing me. He loves her so much that he poisoned her for 2 years. That is not love. That is possession and abuse on a terrifying level. But wait, it gets even worse. I found out Mark has been telling his friends and family that I have severe mental health issues and that he is my heroic caregiver. He created a fake narrative. While he was drugging her, he was also telling everyone that she was mentally ill and he was the saint taking care of her. His mom actually called me yesterday to thank me for not being a burden on her son anymore and said the medication really helped stabilize me. His mother thanked her for being successfully drugged into submission. The whole family thinks he is a hero for managing his crazy wife. And here is the absolutely devastating part. I realized that our entire marriage for the past 2 years has been him interacting with a sedated, drugged version of me. He does not even know who I actually am. Their whole relationship was fake. He fell in love with the drugged zombie version of his wife, not the real person. This is beyond twisted. I am staying with my sister now and filing for divorce and criminal charges. Mark has been calling nonstop saying I am abandoning him when he needs me most. She needs him most. This man thinks he is the victim after systematically poisoning his wife for 2 years. The audacity is absolutely breathtaking. This story is genuinely terrifying. This woman lost 2 years of her life to involuntary medication. I hope she gets justice and can recover from this nightmare. Alright, story 2 is going to make you lose your mind because this involves the most twisted revenge plot ever. Story 2. So this next post is titled, "I catfished my daughter's bully for 6 months and destroyed her life." And this comes from a 45-year-old mother. This is some next-level parental revenge. She starts, "My 16-year-old daughter Emma has been getting brutally bullied by this girl Chloe at school. The school refused to do anything about it even after multiple complaints." Okay, so protective mom dealing with school bullying. That is totally understandable. Schools can be useless with bullying situations. Chloe was making Emma's life hell. She spread rumors, posted embarrassing photos online, got other kids to exclude Emma from everything. Emma was becoming depressed and self-harming. Self-harming. This bullying was getting really serious and dangerous for her daughter's mental health. After the school told me there was nothing more they could do, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Taking matters into her own hands. This is where things are about to get absolutely wild. I created a fake Instagram account pretending to be a 17-year-old boy named Tyler. I made him super attractive, popular, everything Chloe would want in a boyfriend. She created a fake boyfriend. This mom is about to catfish a teenager. This is getting into some seriously questionable territory. I spent weeks studying Chloe's social media to learn her interests, her insecurities, what kind of guys she liked. I crafted Tyler's personality perfectly. She studied her target. This woman did full reconnaissance on a 16-year-old girl. This is like CIA-level stalking behavior. Tyler started following Chloe and liking her photos. Within days, she was completely obsessed. She would post constantly, hoping to get his attention. The catfish worked. Chloe fell completely for the fake profile. But this is a grown woman manipulating a teenage girl. But here is where it gets absolutely diabolical. Over 6 months, I built up this elaborate relationship. Tyler became Chloe's whole world. She stopped bullying Emma because she was too focused on her online boyfriend. The bullying stopped. Mission accomplished, right? But she kept the catfish going for 6 months. That is way beyond just stopping the bullying. Tyler would ask Chloe to send photos, share secrets, tell him about her insecurities. I collected everything. She collected everything. This woman was gathering blackmail material on a teenager. This went from protective mom to predatory behavior. Then I had Tyler suddenly become cold and distant. He started criticizing everything about Chloe, calling her ugly, saying she was boring and clingy. Psychological warfare. She used all the information Chloe shared in confidence to emotionally destroy her. That is genuinely cruel. Chloe had a complete mental breakdown. She stopped coming to school, deleted all her social media, and according to Emma, she has been seeing a therapist. The girl had a breakdown. This mom gave a teenager severe emotional trauma. Even if Chloe was a bully, this is way too far. And here is the most twisted part. I then had Tyler send screenshots of all their conversations to Chloe's friends, exposing all her private thoughts and insecurities. She exposed everything. This woman humiliated a 16-year-old girl using her own vulnerable confessions. That is absolutely sadistic. Emma asked me how Tyler knew so much about Chloe to hurt her so effectively. I told her Tyler was just really good at reading people. She lied to her own daughter. Emma has no idea her mom spent 6 months psychologically torturing another teenager. Chloe's parents contacted the school about cyberbullying, but there is no way to trace Tyler back to me. I used VPNs and fake emails for everything. She covered her tracks. This woman planned this operation like a criminal. She committed identity fraud and cyberbullying while covering her digital footprints. Emma is doing much better now and Chloe transferred schools. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. This mom thinks she won, but she just became a worse bully than the original bully ever was. This story is absolutely insane. Yes, protect your kids, but this woman became a predator to fight a teenage bully. There had to be better solutions than this. Alright, story 3 is going to absolutely destroy your brain because this involves the most petty workplace revenge in human history. Story 3. This post is titled, "I got my entire department fired by exposing our boss's pyramid scheme." And this comes from a 28-year-old office worker. This is some nuclear-level workplace warfare. He starts, "I work in marketing for a mid-sized company. My boss, Derek, has been making everyone's life miserable for 3 years. He takes credit for our work, makes unreasonable demands, and constantly threatens to fire people. Typical toxic boss situation. We have all dealt with power-hungry managers who make work-life hell. Last month, Derek started pushing everyone to join his wife's essential oils business. He said it would be great passive income and team building. Essential oils? Oh no, this boss is running a multi-level marketing scheme at work. That is definitely not appropriate." Derek made it clear that joining his wife's downline was not optional. He said it showed company loyalty and team spirit. Not optional. He is essentially forcing his employees to buy into his pyramid scheme. That is abuse of power and probably illegal. People started spending hundreds of dollars on overpriced oils they did not want just to keep Derek happy. Some people were struggling financially but felt pressured to participate. People were struggling financially. This boss was exploiting his employees' job security to fund his wife's pyramid scheme. That is absolutely predatory. But here is where this guy decides to go nuclear. I started documenting everything. I recorded Derek's sales pitches, saved emails about mandatory participation, tracked who was spending money and how much. He started building a case. Smart move when dealing with workplace exploitation like this. I also discovered that Derek was using company time, company computers, and company email lists to promote the pyramid scheme. Company resources. Derek was stealing from the company to run his side business. That is definitely fireable misconduct. I reported everything to Human Resources with a 40-page document full of evidence. I thought they would just discipline Derek and shut down the pyramid scheme. 40 pages of evidence. This guy was thorough as hell. But he was expecting just a slap on the wrist for Derek. But the company's response was absolutely nuclear. Human Resources launched a full investigation and discovered that Derek had been embezzling company funds to invest in his wife's inventory. Embezzlement. Derek was stealing actual money from the company to buy essential oils. This went from workplace harassment to felony theft. They also found out that Derek had been selling our client contact lists to his wife's upline for extra commissions. Selling client lists. That is a massive breach of confidentiality and probably violated multiple contracts. Derek was basically committing corporate espionage. The investigation revealed that 5 other managers were also involved in the pyramid scheme and had been pressuring their teams to participate. 5 other managers. This pyramid scheme had infected multiple departments. It was like a corporate virus spreading through the whole company. And here is where it gets absolutely insane. The company fired Derek, all 5 managers, and 12 employees who were actively recruiting coworkers into the scheme. 18 people fired. This guy's report basically nuked an entire corporate hierarchy. That is like dropping a bomb on the company structure. They also pressed criminal charges against Derek for embezzlement and identity theft for using company resources. Criminal charges. Derek went from boss to defendant because he could not resist pushing essential oils on his employees. The best part is that Derek's wife's essential oils business collapsed because she lost all her downline people when they got fired. The whole pyramid scheme collapsed. His wife lost her entire network when everyone got terminated. Talk about destroying your own business model. But wait, there is more. The company promoted me to Derek's position and gave me a $20,000 bonus for exposing the fraud. He got promoted and got 20 grand. This man went from oppressed employee to department head by taking down a pyramid scheme. Derek has been calling me non-stop, saying I destroyed innocent people's lives over a harmless side business. Harmless side business. Dude, you were embezzling money and exploiting your employees. That is not harmless, that is criminal. This guy basically became a corporate whistleblower and got rewarded for it. Sometimes the system actually works, and terrible bosses face real consequences. What do you guys think about these absolutely unhinged stories? Have you ever dealt with people drugging you, catfishing bullies, or pyramid scheme bosses? Let me know in the comments because these stories are absolutely wild. And if you want to hear more completely insane Reddit drama, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. I have got new videos coming every single day with even crazier stories that will blow your mind. Trust me, the internet never runs out of absolutely bonkers content, and I will be here reading through all the chaos while I mine some shit. Alright everyone, I am going to keep digging here, so I will catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there, and remember some people are living in actual nightmare scenarios.